Welcome back to the third episode of the eighth round. I'm your host, Brock Hoffman, offensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys. Just want to give a huge shout out to everybody that's been following, subscribing, liking, commenting, watching all these different, shorts or the full videos of the podcast. I'm super thankful that, we've kind of grown this thing to where it's at over 2 weeks. I just want to keep growing it week by week because I'm going to keep putting out episodes every week. So make sure that you're commenting any kind of topics, questions, anything that you want covered in the next week's episode. Just comment those on Instagram or YouTube, and I'll look through them, sort through them, and then we'll start to incorporate that as we keep moving throughout the episodes, and I keep bringing guests on for each episode as we move forward. So I want to extend a huge thanks right now. We're out to Instagram. We have 461 followers on Instagram. I know it may not seem like a lot, but I'm super proud of it. Maybe we can get this thing to 1,000 over the next couple weeks. That'll be huge, honestly, for the engagement and stuff like that. Again, I'm still doing a giveaway. Once we get to 500 YouTube subscribers, I'm going to be giving away 8 $25 gift cards to random subscribers. Right now we're at 327. So let's get that thing to 500 and let's keep this thing rolling week by week, man. So, and then another update is we are now on Spotify. So if you want to just listen to the podcast, listen to the show, just go on Spotify at the eighth round. We're working to get it on Apple Music as we keep going. But it is out on Spotify right now. All right, so some crazy stuff happened around the league today. Jason Kelce, All-Pro center for the Eagles, announced his retirement after 13 seasons. Dude's a legend, man. He played really well over those 13 years. He was selected for 6 All-Pros and 7 Pro Bowls in 13 seasons. A major accomplishment, especially for a guy that was a six-round pick, very underrated center out of the University of Cincinnati. A lot of people doubted him, and he came in right away and started. And I was reading an article today about him, and it said that there was 1.9% of six-round draft picks in the NFL have gone on to play 80 games in their career, and he surpassed that, well over that. And dude's really, came in and paved his way and didn't listen to anybody that was doubting him, anybody that was hating on him. He just kind of kept his head down. You can really hear the love of the game, the love for the people around him in his press conference today. It was really heartfelt. He was obviously super emotional, as any of us would be. After 13 years in this business, 13 years in this league, a lot of people have helped him along the way, and it was really cool to hear how thankful he was to those people that helped him along the way and at different parts of his career. So major shout out to him, man. Hell of a career, dude. And he might not know this, but it was a special moment for me my rookie year. I had just gotten to Dallas. It was my second active game, and we were playing the Eagles. It was Christmas Eve. We really needed the win, and we got it. And I'm out on the field, as every game ends, and guys are talking to each other, and I saw him, and I was like, screw it, man, I'm gonna go up there and talk to him, see what he's about. And I was talking to him. I introduced myself to him. I knew he probably had no clue who I was. I was just a rookie undrafted kid that just got picked up by Dallas, 3 weeks ago. Um, and at the end of it, I mean, he was super humble dude. And at the end of it, I was like, hey man, can we get a picture? And he was like, yeah, dude, of course, of course. And I posted on Instagram the other day when people thought he was retiring. Obviously today he officially retired, but hell of a career. To shout out to Jason, man. This podcast named the eighth round. I try to bring on people that, embody that mindset of paving their own way in this league, not being high draft picks. And Jason really embodies that, being a late round pick, underrated, undersized center out of Cincinnati, and going on to have 13 great seasons and a bunch of all pros, bunch of Pro Bowls, man. Shout out to Jason, man. Heck of a career, dude. All right. And some other news in the NFL. So this last Thursday through Sunday was the NFL Combine. And, it's where not all, I guess, invited draft prospects are there to, showcase their skills and different drills that, coaches and scouts put them through. And it's really a special time, for players to really showcase, their speed, their athleticism, stuff like that. And when the combine was coming around, it took me back a moment because, 2 years ago, I wasn't invited to the combine. I really was just focused on doing well at the Shrine Bowl, and I had to perform at my pro day. And, a lot of guys got that opportunity to showcase themselves. And I just wanted to take a moment and, tell people that if you're watching this and you didn't go to the combine, you're in the pre-draft process right now, man, it doesn't matter, dude. Like you can really pave your own way. You just got to keep your head down, keep grinding. And and, really show out for that pro day because, scouts will be there and teams will be watching. So, just keep plugging away, man. It is what it is, bro. I was right there in your situation. So since the combine was this weekend, I want to go over some of my, winners from this weekend, guys that I saw as I was kind of keeping up with it, and guys that stood out to me. So we're going to start it off with the 40-yard dash. I couldn't leave it out. Xavier Worthy, wide receiver out of the University of Texas, broke the record with a 4.21. Dude is lightning fast, bro. I'm telling you. Like I remember I saw the video. I think it was his first attempt was like a 4.25, which is really fast. I think John Ross was 4.22. So he was like right there at the record. And then that second attempt, dude, he came out of there so fast and he hit his stride. And when I saw 4.21, I was like, no way. It seems like every year, guys at the combine, they just keep getting faster and faster and faster, and records keep getting broken. But, you know, it is what it is. The training's getting better. People are taking, their nutrition seriously. So, shout out to him for breaking the 40-yard dash record. Let's see what happens next year. I'm sure it'll get broken at least, next year, the year after that. So, but, major shout out to him for having some lightning speed out of there. Another guy, got to give some love to the big boys. Amarius Mims, O-line out of the University of Georgia. Dude is massive. 6'8", 340 pounds, ran a 5.07 40-yard dash at 340 pounds. And I saw a picture of him like during like the interview stuff at the combine. Like, bro is lean. Like, I know he's 6'8", but dude, he's 340 pounds. And like, he is, very long, very athletic, obviously running a 5.07 40 at 340. It's really crazy how some of these O linemen are getting more and more athletic. I could tell you right now, I was not even close to a 5.07 and I ran it at like 3.05. So huge shout out to him for running really fast. And then another guy in the 40-yard dash was Braden Fisk, D tackle out of Florida State. Another big dude, 6'4", 292 pounds, measured in at. And then he ran a 4.78 40, which is really fast for, being basically 300 pounds. Running a 4.78, it's really impressive. And then I remember seeing the video of him doing a position drill where he like came out of his stance. He ran 5 yards, broke, cut left, ran to the sideline. I'm like, bro can really move. He's pretty shifty. Um, and I watched a couple of his games throughout the season as we were keeping up with Florida State, as they kind of got traction. And him and the DN for Florida State, they're really good players. But he really showed out at the combine this past weekend. So moving on to the vertical jump, my man Garrett Greenfield, offensive tackle, baby. Yes, sir, out of South Dakota State, breaking the O-line combine record for jumping 38 and a half. 38 and a half inches on the vertical is crazy. I looked it up just before I, recording this. Dude had a higher vertical than a lot of receivers, quarterbacks, and running backs. Let that sink in. A 300-pound plus dude is jumping higher than running backs, receivers, and cornerbacks. That's kind of crazy to, really wrap your head around. But I mean, like I said, man, the O-line, everybody's getting more and more athletic as the years are going on. But, breaking the combine record at 38 and a half inches, that is crazy work. So huge shout out to him, man. Another winner from the combine this weekend. And then my last guy from being a combine winner is Keon Coleman, big dude, big wide receiver out of Florida State. People were giving him a lot of hate. I mean, he ran a 4.6. I get it. It was second to last in the 40, but then dude turns around and runs the gauntlet. So if y'all don't know what the gauntlet is in the combine, so basically a receiver lines up on one sideline and he runs to the other, and there's people throwing balls at him. So he like looks one way, catches, looks the other way, catches as he's still running. I think he catches probably like 8 to 10 passes. And then he kind of breaks up the sideline. That's your rep. In that drill, dude literally hit 20.36 miles per hour, which was the fastest that any receiver has hit in the last 2 years. But he ran a 4.6 40, so people were giving him hate. That's where there's a lot of debate in any position, really. Like the 40 doesn't really translate to football. Like he can clearly move, you know what I mean? So maybe he's just a better route runner. Maybe he's not as, straight line fast as it is. Like, but dude is clearly fast. Dude can move. So people are hating on him. I don't know why, because dude literally hit 20 miles per hour. So again, man, Keon Coleman, shout out to you, bro, for doing your thing and not listening to the haters and letting that deter you in any way. So I know this episode was super quick. But I really just wanted to get on here, and really talk about Jason Kelce and some of the combine, some people that I thought were winners from the combine this year. And then again, just showing appreciation to everybody that's been following, subscribing, liking, commenting, anything like that on social media at the eighth round. So I'm super thankful for that, super thankful for the engagement that we've been getting. And like I said, every week I'm going to keep producing episodes. Every week I just want this thing to keep growing and growing. I'll keep doing giveaways, man. Every time we hit a number and people, we keep growing it, I'll just keep doing giveaways. So again, to wrap this thing up, again, super thankful for everybody that's, watching this podcast. Jason Kelce, hell of a career, man. Super thankful that you took the time out to take a picture with me after the game, even though you probably had no idea who I was. And then just wrapping up some of the combine winners, man. Every year the guys are getting more and more athletic. So, and as always, baby, go Cowboys.